everybody. It's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the GOAT, Tom Brady, and the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots as they match up with the second-year man Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Patriots come out led by the 4-time Super Bowl MVP and owner of a record 6 Super Bowl rings. Arguably the greatest to ever play the game, Tom Brady. And we keep asking the same questions every year. How much longer can he keep doing this? Is this the year the dynasty crumbles? And every year, Brady comes out and leads his team to the Super Bowl. They've been there now 3 years in a row, and only one team has made it 4. That's the Buffalo Bills. But remember, they lost all 4 in the early 90s.
Wait, 20.
Mike's 56. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Now let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
It's hard to know who exactly to feature when you do a Patriots game, but in this case, we're going with James White, the running back out of Wisconsin. Highest receiving and rushing totals in 2018, just under 1,200 yards. Remember a few seasons ago against Atlanta in the Super Bowl? He had an MVP-esque performance.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Brady now to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. Now Brady. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Wait, that's 380.
56, right there, 56. And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Hey, 66.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Benjamin Watson. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now Steven Gostkowski on for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. So here are the Ravens now under 12th year coach John Harbaugh. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. John Simon in on the stop. And here now, the Baltimore offense.
And this team is coming in off of their open week, and to me, a pretty good time to have it, too, because it's pretty much right in the middle of the season. So I would think that they'll be pretty well rested and ready to go for the second half of the season. But even more importantly, they got a little bit of a mental break as well. That's going to help, too.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down.
I'm going to run you over.
Now it's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Now they'll try the jet sweep here, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Mike 54.
Yeah, you don't want none.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson, he dumps it down to Ingram. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 43.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. So, into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Jackson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
It's going to be a long day.
And an alley to run. He'll have a Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now it's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. He was going for Gates, his tight end that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Boom! That's how we do it, baby.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got you. I got you.
Shift! Watch the shift!
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home. Hey, Alabama.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. A reminder, tomorrow night, Monday Night Football to wrap up Week 9, one of the best rivalries around. The Cowboys and the Giants from MetLife Stadium kick off 8:15 Eastern. Of course, despite the fact that the clocks rolled back yesterday, make sure to stay up late for that one. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Mike's 54. I got you. I got you.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there. Those are the types of throws that Jackson has to be more efficient with this year. He really put an emphasis on improving his passing accuracy in the offseason because last year as a rookie, 58%, that was it. And his quarterback coach said the ball is coming out of his hand cleaner. The timing looks better. That's what they're hoping for. Everybody knows he can run, but now he continues his quest to be more well-rounded and improve on his conservative 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns he threw for last season. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Gates with a grab. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Gates. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This is Stills on the jet sweep, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
So many play callers in the red zone worry about the negative effects of a play that they're about to call. But this guy, all he's worried about is gaining yardage and putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers. Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points, straight line.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Brady. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon. Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. After the sack on first down, Brady.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. Brady now on first down. Caught by Sanu. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
They come out here in the eye.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll try and run it with White. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. James White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Roberts has it, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Right side catch. This is Gates.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Right there, 54, right there.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw again is Jackson. Pass incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, Jackson. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, this from 46. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
Excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His guys lead it at the break as we send you back up to Baltimore and Brandon Godden. Brandon.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Big baby, I got you.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Wait, that's Green 80. 57.
Stop your whining.
72.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Matt Lacoste, his first touchdown on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson now. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He's got the connection to Cooper.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's Stills bringing it in. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Yo trip is here, baby. Yo trip is here.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
You're not ready.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He finds Roberts, complete. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Big stop.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
On the double. 4. Mike 54.
You must be dreaming.
Ingram again. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. Gates has it over the middle. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Ravens defense now as they get ready for the next possession. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
On second down, it's White. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Second down and goal. Brady. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots.
Oh, yeah, that's the score.
Benjamin
That's
Watson with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
Well, defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
Gostkowski for the point after. And the lead is up to 15 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, they'll run with Ingram.
Run, go!
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Go, boys, bring it up!
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Roberts got it. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And in a 2-score game, obviously every play, every 3rd down like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Here we go.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Now Jackson on first down. Roberts with it over the middle. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Last stop.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
And Jackson throwing once more. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Brady gives this to White. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Shotgun now for Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Patriots send out their punter. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Fielded at about the 28. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 15. 1:52 to play. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and that's complete to Gates. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. It's complete, Stills. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. To throw again on second down. Jackson, this one complete to Ingram. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now it's Jackson, and he finds Stills, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Wait, 29, Alpha, 57. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw. Safe. Ozzy.
The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I'll tell you what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a victory, but that's what happened here.
It almost doesn't feel real, does it?
We've seen it so few times.
That actually happened, right? We saw it. They came out of there with a win. And on the other side, in that locker room, you know what they're saying? We didn't really lose. Time just ran out on us. That's the attitude they have because they don't see it happen very often. Not even sure how to handle it.
And you see some stunned faces heading for the exits here in New England.